Welcome in. We are ripping the Ocho episode, the 8th episode of Quad Pod. I'm sick. I look like shit, feel like shit. So you might hear a little less of my voice today, which is probably positive. But we're just gonna absolutely pull a veteran move. We're going to go over some NFL, MLB, and some college basketball for you guys today. Last episode was an hour 45. I promise you will not be that long this episode. But yeah, let's just rip some intros. My name's Aiden Maldonado. I'm in Arizona for spring training with the Brew Crew. Baseball's heating up, so maybe we'll start talking about that a little bit more. But yeah, I'll give it to Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler Bachman. Took about a week off. Let some things settle with free agency. There's been some movements in the NFL, so we'll get into that.
My name is Ray Roby, and yeah, there has been a lot of free agency moves this week, and we'll also dive into some college basketball for you as well.
And I am Ben Redding. I'm glad to be back here for episode 6 we're on?
Episode 8, Ben.
8. Jesus Christ, we've been doing this longer than I thought. Glad to see the social media being active. Glad to see Twitter and Instagram starting to heat up a little bit. Thanks for the comments section of that. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about today with the NFL free agency. Glad to talk about some Kirk Cousins, a little combine, and a little college basketball.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. We reached over 64,000 accounts in the last 30 days. Do you realize that is, that's Lambeau Field filled up to the brim, Ben? Not so many people have watched our videos on Instagram this week or in the last 30 days. But yeah, gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to try and talk less. But the first topic is revolved around my guy Kirk Cousins, so we can just start on that, and then you guys can just add on to what I have to say. But yeah, so a legal tampering period was during the NFL Combine, where all the GMs, all the front offices show up at the NFL Combine, and they like to talk contracts when they're not supposed to. And yeah, my conspiracy is the Falcons already gave Kirk Cousins exactly what he wanted. They said, hey, man, we want you to come to Atlanta. What do you want? 2-3 years fully guaranteed. We got you. Like, we need stability at the quarterback position. And Kirk Cousins, I think, really doesn't want to go to Atlanta. He wants to just use leverage on the Vikings. Why would you want to leave a team that has Justin Jefferson and 2 franchise tackles, and they're probably going to draft a running back, maybe Josh Jacobs, Saquon, watch out in the free agent market. Why would you want to leave that offense when you have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and a coach that has made you win 18-7 games, or his record's 18-7 in 2 years with the Vikings with Kevin O'Connell. So yeah, right now, Kirk Cousins has the Vikings hostage. This is my conspiracy, and he's just trying to get the Vikings to match the offer. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's fun to watch. We'll find out on March 13th where he's going. But if you guys have any additional thoughts on that, that'd be fun.
I don't know if he's holding them hostage. I think the Falcons offense has some weapons too. Definitely not as many as the Vikings, but I think it's also just depends. It's more of a security situation for him. Is that he knows he has the Falcons offer. If he doesn't get anything from the Vikings that he wants, he can always go to the Falcons. I think he'd probably even settle for less with Minnesota. Maybe not a lot less, but he always has a security blanket with Atlanta to fall back on. And I mean, with the free agent quarterbacks that are out there right now and the super quarterback needing teams, I mean, you have Russ saying he play on a vet minimum for a year. And, he hasn't been great in Denver, but last year was a lot better than the first. So it's always possible. And then you've also got Baker, who's a free agent, and you never know what's going to happen with Fields either. So I think Kirk is just setting himself up to have a contract no matter what.
I agree. I think seems like the Vikings don't really want to deal with him, and if the Falcons are offering him what he wants, then he's definitely going to go there, because I don't see a lot of teams offering him that much money, to be honest. Even though I do know how high in demand quarterbacks are this year, But this should be a crazy offseason when free agency starts, the draft coming around, seeing how teams go about it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'll just finish up by adding, I feel like Kirk fits the Minnesota culture better than Atlanta. Now, I think, like Braden said, that he would take a little less money. Now, I don't know what the difference is between what Atlanta's offering and what Minnesota's thinking about between fully guaranteed and just overall contract. But in my opinion, I feel like Kirk's like a Midwestern guy. I know he lives kind of by my hometown, me and Aiden's hometown in Rosemont. He loves it there. His kids go in the school system. So I feel like it'd be hard just to pick up all his family leave. I know it's part of the business, but uh, personally, I think he would take a little less money to stay and rather than move to Atlanta. Maybe Tyler shaking his head, maybe not, but I just feel like he's in a better situation in Minnesota anyway with that offense, continuity with head coach, emerging defense. I think the defense will be better this year for Minnesota. So personally, I think for him better, I would want him to, for him personally, he would be better in Minnesota. Overall, though, I think if he moves on, I think the Vikings look at drafting a QB, maybe signing Russ to that 1 year minimum and having QB sit under Russ for a year or two, and see how he develops. Maybe like a JJ McCarthy or a Bo Nix. I know how much Aiden loves Bo Nix, but um, we'll see. It's gonna be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I think like we just had a whole new front office change, right? Like Kwesi Dofamensa comes from San Fran, he comes from the Browns front office. And I just think the days of the fully guaranteed contracts for quarterbacks are probably done. They just don't give you any cap flexibility. And we've been doing this over and over again with Kirk Cousins. So I think the Vikings have said, we'll give you X years, X money. If you don't want it, then walk. So I think that's sort of the scenario. But the other quarterback that's going around, Russell Wilson just got dropped by the Broncos. I feel like there are a lot of QB needy teams like Ben was talking about.
So today it was officially announced that free agency has started for Russ, so we can begin to travel to teams and conduct interviews in those home cities. So seeing where he goes, hoping I don't see a flight log of him in Pittsburgh.
I thought I saw a report that they don't even want to. Pittsburgh has no intention of signing Russ.
I saw a
haven't-
report that Pittsburgh doesn't have any intention of going after any quarterback in free
Yeah.
agency right now. Arthur Smith met with Kenny Pickett, and they had a good discussion apparently. So I haven't seen anything about them wanting to switch. Also, speaking of Bo Nix, let's pull up what Aiden said about Bo Nix this week in the group chat. Had to say, I'm just saying, if Bo Nix goes in the first, that team needs to fire their GM. So if any one of the 32 teams takes Bo Nix in the first round, then they need to fire their GM, according to our very own Aiden Maldonado. We can kind of roll into the combine from there, talking about, like Tyler sent in the group chat this week, that Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May sitting out of the combine could boost the stock for JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, and Bo Nix, just because of how they performed. I think one of the biggest surprises for me was JJ McCarthy. I mean, he looks like he could develop into a guy. And I think we saw Will Levis this year with the Titans look way better than anyone expected. So maybe JJ McCarthy can turn into a Will Levis type of guy in a more throwing offense.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing. Is Will Levis said? I feel like Will Levis is not. I think JJ could be a more higher end than Will Levis. Yeah, personally for me, I was
I
kind
think
of
he could be more higher end, but
yeah that type
did
of
you
quarterback.
expect Will Levis to perform how he performed when he got thrown in the lineup? I
No,
didn't think he performed that well.
no, yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see his year two going forward. As for JJ, I feel like he'll be a day one pick and he'll sit behind. I think it'll be the most beneficial if he sat behind a quarterback for a couple years and kind of honed his skills. I mean, Michigan was a run heavy offense and kind of fed off play action, which I know it's kind of the more popular style in AF now with the movement and such like that. But I guess my overall draft takeaway was it's kind of disappointing to see Caleb, Drake, and Jane Daniels sit out. Like I feel like that just inflates these other quarterback stocks that are really not that good. Like Bo Nix, he's a day one draft pick, like Aiden said. I don't know what the NFL teams are thinking. I have no idea. JJ feels like is a late round, early second round guy, and Michael Penix, same thing to me. Like if these guys go top 15 picks, I just don't see it. Someone said JJ McCarthy would be like a top 3 quarterback now, and I still don't see that either. So it was just I wish we would have gotten to see them to see what they look like. I feel like Caleb's gonna be number 1 overall, no matter what, even though Tyler hates him. Yeah.
I've seen some debates about him or Daniels going number 1 though, but I also
Yep.
think the thing with JJ is what like boosted his stock was, Harbaugh, his former coach at Michigan, going to the Chargers and basically saying that, McCarthy is a top 10 pick, deserves to be a top 10 pick. Harbaugh's getting fired immediately if he takes JJ in the first round, having a franchise guy like Justin Herbert. But I mean, I think that did boost his stock, just especially coming from Harbaugh, who did have success in the NFL and also just won the national championship with JJ McCarthy. So it's not like he's a terrible quarterback, but I still don't see him in the top 15.
Yeah.
So the latest reports I've read is reportedly having JJ McCarthy going top 10, Bo Nix getting drafted 12th overall to the Broncos, and that Michael Penix would be surprising if he drops to round 2. This is also coming from Joel Klatt, college football analyst for Fox. That's what he said. So I could definitely see JJ being top 10, as there are a lot of teams with quarterback needs, and next year's class is just not going to be very good. So if they want a quarterback, they would take it this year. And even Joe Milton, he kind of impressed a lot of scouts at the combine as well with his arm strength. He was slinging the thing up and down the field. But I don't know how much teams actually draft based off arm strength and speed, because I think his accuracy is lacking a little bit. That's my quarterback takeaways. Aiden, do you want to add anything, or should we move into other winners of the combine?
Yeah, I think I just died. Like a little piece of me just died. When
So
you
welcome back to life.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Clapp, what a terrible name. If Bo Nix goes 12, I'll literally shit my pants on the spot. That guy sucks. That guy literally sucks. This is the thing, right? Like, if the Vikings draft a QB in the first round, I'm riding or dying. But I swear to God, if Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah gives fucking Bo Nix a call at 11, I'm gonna have I might be cheering for Jordan Love all year. Bo Nix at 12.
Yeah.
Are we serious? Are we actually serious? Bo Nix. You guys a bum.
Bo Nix.
Anyway, yeah, no, the people that don't throw at the combine, like, I understand, like, you've already proven enough, like Caleb Williams doesn't need to fucking throw there. I understand that, but it would have been nice to see my boy Jay Daniels get a little run, because the thing is, like, JJ McCarthy stock goes up, like Tyler and Ben are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Bo Nix stock goes up.
Stop. Just stop. I don't want to hear that name. He's ugly. You need a good-looking franchise QB. And he sucks. Anyway, before I have another coughing fit, all I got to say is watch CJ Stroud's combine throws compared to JJ McCarthy. It's night and day. And, I think Kevin O'Connell could develop JJ McCarthy, so I'm fine if we pick him. But just go watch CJ Stroud throw at the NFL combine last year. It is night and day compared to anyone that I watched last weekend. So I just want to make that a fact. Make it a fact. But Penix, I'm glad the medicals came back, positive. But Buddy's fucking older than me. I'm 23. He's like 24, 25. 2 busted knees, shoulder. I mean, you can't be investing a first round pick in that. Bo Nix is older than Michael Penix. Bo Nix is probably a father of multiple children at this point. He could be 30 years old. He looks like he's 40. And for someone to invest a first round pick, Brian Burns is a first round pick. Justin Jefferson's a first round pick. Jordan Addison's a first round pick. TJ Hawkinson is a first round pick. Bo Nix is not a first round pick. I literally, I mean, I just went on a serious rant right there, but
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I didn't
I
realize.
mean-
I hope we hear number 11 that the Vikings select.
No.
I really hope that as
No,
well. I think
my last thing, okay? If you're gonna, the Vikings, Kirk Cousins gone. He's 95% gone unless he takes a fucking shit deal from the Vikings, okay? Like the Vikings are probably offering him no guaranteed years, probably a 1-year deal. 1 year, 35, 25 is guaranteed. Like they probably offered him bottom of the barrel type of contract, and he's probably pissed. That's why he's going to the Falcons. But if you're going to draft a franchise guy, why would you just draft, someone that's not at the top echelon of that draft, Like, unless you think JJ McCarthy's 21, he can sit 2 years behind fucking Sam Darnold or Russell Wilson. Like, that's great. And I trust Kevin O'Connell. But at the end of the day, you have 3 blue chip quarterbacks in this draft. You got Caleb Williams, you got Drake May, and you got Jane Daniels. And if you need a franchise QB, and our guy Kirko Chains, one playoff win in 8 years. Okay, just take a shot. Just trade 2, 3 first-round picks. I don't know how many times I've been on the record about this. Christ, I'm getting fired up. Bo Nix at 12. Terrible take. Joe Clapp, you suck. Your name sucks. Trade multiple first-round picks. You need those blue chip guys. And they're at the top of the draft. Washington at 2. The Patriots at 3. I rest my case.
Hey brother, I got a question, brother. So what if you trade your next 3 years first round picks? Basically go all in on Jaden Daniels, and that dude just sucks in the NFL. And the Minnesota Vikings are just in shit for the next 5-10 years because of Jaden Daniels.
You know what? In my lifetime.
And then guess what? Bo Nix comes and he just balls out. And you're sitting here going, man, we could have had him at 11, so taking Jaden Daniels at 3.
I will sacrifice my left testicle for you, Tyler, if Bo Nix is better than Jaden Daniels at the end of the day. I don't even know what to say about that is just such a shitty comparison. Anyway, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah was in that draft room when the San Francisco 49ers decided to give up 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. That didn't work out. They still made the damn Super Bowl. It's about how you draft and how you manage the salary cap. So I don't.
And they also picked Brock Purdy last pick of the draft, which really helped
That's
them.
part of the salary cap. They don't have to pay him anything for.
Yep.
Luck is in their favor. But you know what? I'm sick of watching Teddy Two Gloves. I'm sick of watching Christian Ponder. I'm sick of watching fucking all these shit quarterbacks. And I've never seen a franchise QB. We haven't had one since Fran Tarkington. When was that?
Oh,
80s?
Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham
played for the Eagles, bro.
Fuck.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, why do you gotta shit on Teddy Two Gloves like that? He was balling out until his ACL.
No, that's what.
Relax.
Okay. Yes, I do have to take a step back. The Bo Nix at 12 fired me up a little bit. Joe Clapp, your name sucks. How many times do I gotta say it? Anyway. Yeah, Teddy, he was supposed to be our guy, and then he took a 3-drop step, and the rest is history. But anyway, I don't know where you guys were at because I literally died. I died for 5 minutes there. But,
We were talking about quarterbacks, the combine, and how the big 3 sitting out of drills boosted the stock of some guys that were shittier and not as good. But other than that, that's pretty much all we got into. And then Tyler gaslighted you into screaming about Kirk Cousins and shitty franchise quarterbacks.
No, it was Bo Nix and telling him that the Vikings are going to draft Bo Nix at 11.
Oh, because Joel Klatt? Joel Klatt's a college football guy. What the fuck does he know?
Wow, there's a lot of hate for Joe Klatt right now. I like Joe Klatt, so
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
thought his
I like
last name was
Joe Clapp, too.
Clap. Joe's got the clap from how bad his takes are.
All right, but moving on here, some other
Thank you.
takeaways I had was Blake Corum from Michigan. He had a great day on Saturday. He did well. I just don't like him because he's fucking 5'7", 220 pounds, bowling ball. But he looked good. I don't know if I would want to draft him on my team. And then also the Toledo cornerback, Mitchell, something Mitchell.
Quinion Mitchell is should be the first cornerback off the board
Quinion-
with his performance
uh,
at the combine.
Yeah, he definitely boosted his draft stock, as well as Chop Robinson from Penn State and Dallas Turner from Alabama, who both just slayed the draft.
Oh,
Made it their bitch. Or not the draft,
Dallas-
the combine.
Dallas Turner just solidified himself as the first edge taken off the board,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
So those are my last takeaways, and then also Xavier Worley. I don't like it. No. If a guy runs under a 4.23 40, I don't want him on my team.
Ask
That's
why.
a crazy take, bro.
When was the last
No,
time a guy
I think-
ran a 4.2
I think
40,
listen,
4.23 40
listen. Hold
and
on.
succeeded?
Hold on. I think Xavier
John
Worthy
Ross?
will be good. Xavier Worthy will be good if he goes to the right team. I've seen him in a mock to the Chiefs. If the Chiefs get him at 32, they're basically getting a younger Tyreek Hill. So
Yeah.
the Chiefs know how to use him. The Bengals didn't know how to use John Ross, and they fucked his career. So
And the Steelers
Xavier
don't know
Worthy
how to use Calvin
definitely.
I hope Bo Nix goes to the Steelers. Actually, I heard some steam, from Joe Clapp that Bo Nix is going to go to the Steelers.
I hope that
I've-
you start another coughing fit. And don't stop for 35 minutes after that statement.
I mean, it's more reasonable that the Vikings select him than Steelers do, but
You know what I think happened on that report? Bo Nix gave Joe Clapp a call. Said, "Hey, man, I'll give you $1,000 under the table if you just throw this mock out." He's like, "Sure, why not? My name's Joe fucking Clapp." Anyway, do we have any more takes? I mean, how fast do you guys think you could throw a football?
Not fast.
I don't know
Faster than Aiden throws a baseball.
for sure.
I would just say
Like-
62 is not as hard as you think. Like, there's
No,
baseball
it's
players
not.
that can throw a football harder than 62 for sure.
But
I mean,
accurately,
there's pictures of Brett Favre legitimately breaking his wide receiver's fingers on passes. Like, that's unreal.
I feel like I could get it in the
Otherwise,
30s, 40s.
for the combine, he didn't really do much at the combine. I don't even think he ran a 40-yard dash. He did bench press and he got 26 reps. Shout out to Ben here, but I think a sleeper running back in the late rounds, Braylon Allen. I mean, he's huge. Dude, he came to Wisconsin when he was 17.
Yeah.
It was just killing teams. And then they got a horrible offensive line, ended up firing their coach, and he had some down years, but I think he could be a good running back in the NFL for sure.
That's
Yeah,
who the
Packers
Packers
are
need a
looking-
target. Because they
Yeah,
don't have a
Packers are
running
looking to
back.
replace him for AJ Dillon, or that him as one of the replacements for AJ Dillon. The other guy I'll shout out is Tanner Bortolini, another Wisconsin boy. Fastest 3-cone ever for a center at the combine with a 7.16, and third fastest all time among O-line. Previous high was Jason Kelsey. So he turned some heads. I know he ran the second fastest 40 in the draft for offensive lineman too. So he had a really good draft and turned some heads. I didn't even think he was that good this past year. Like Brain said, our offensive lineman's kind of been shit the past couple of years, but good to see him have a good day. The latest from the combine, as long as Packers draft secondary, I will be happy.
I will say one more thing about the combine. Two more things, actually. This seems to be one of the deepest offensive line groups
Yeah.
I've ever seen enter a draft. Tons of tackles. Center's probably one of the weaker spots, but a lot of good tackles for sure. I mean, two that should go top 10 to Joe Hall and Olu from Penn State, and then the Oregon State tackle also should probably he might even go above both of them with his combine performance. And then another one is big defensive tackle, Devondre Sweat from Texas, ran the 40-yard dash in 5.27 seconds, weighing 366 pounds. That's a massive dude running a 5.27 40. That's impressive. I mean, he'll be a great run stuffer for some team in the NFL.
Tyler, are you
So-
beating a 5.240?
Fuck no. Maybe.
Really?
Actually, I
Really?
don't know.
When's
Dude,
the last
it
time
depends
you
if
ran?
you
What's the last time you sprinted?
give him a couple shots first, and I bet you can beat 5.27.
Yeah, I don't even know the last time I did a dead 40-yard sprint.
High
But
school.
off
We
of
won one
that,
day as a race. We're ever together. It's really like our thing.
Oh, we should just make ourselves look like complete unathletic fucks. Besides Aiden, obviously.
This is gonna
Yeah.
sound crazy. Like, I'm not trying to flex, but I'm definitely running like 4.6. Swear to God. Swear to God.
Really?
Oh, dude, Aiden
Yeah.
would smoke
I
us.
ran 4.7 in high school.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like at all the like showcases we had to do for baseball.
Yeah.
Like you'd run the 40 or whatever, which doesn't even translate to baseball. But
Once we get 1,000 combined subscribers, followers on all of our social pages, we'll get together and we'll live stream it for you. Aiden pitching at all three of us to see who can get the first hit off of him.
First
Yeah.
contact.
what are we doing? Are
I'll
we
throw
doing a 10-hour
70%
stream?
bullpen and you guys can try and hit. I'll just be like 82 miles per hour. We'll see.
I will put this on record. I could definitely hit a ball off of Aiden in 100 pitches.
I don't think so, bro.
I could make
Sorry.
contact with the ball in 100
Dude, I would
pitches.
throw 100 heaters in a row.
I can make contact.
Well, if you just lay out bunt every time, of course you could make contact.
No, I'm a full swing.
You're full swing.
Yeah, we'll put a
I'm
disclaimer
trying
out
to
there.
go for the fences. I'm trying to go yard.
Bunts don't count. Bunts don't count. And
Yeah,
if
I'm
Tyler
going
thinks he
yard.
can, if Tyler thinks he can go yard in 100 pitches on Aiden, me and Ben will just sit out there with a few beers and watch, and Aiden can go full steam at him.
Yeah, we need like 5 rec followers on Instagram for this. We'll do it in the off season or something. We'll fly Tyler out, you know. And there's just I'm sorry, like Tyler, did you play high school
We'll
baseball?
put it on the company credit card.
Did you
Tyler
play high
didn't
school
play
baseball?
Tyler didn't play baseball since like
I
third or
played-
fourth
Yeah, I played Pee-wee T-ball.
grade.
Dude. We're like even
Did
if
you
I
hold
was
a bat
throwing
in the
80.
past 5 years?
Have I swung a bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I done a bullpen before.
Win,
Like what,
bro.
Chuck
You
E.
play
Cheese or
golf.
what?
It was a 70 mile an hour, and I was hitting it.
I would
I'm calling cap.
dude, I would literally just throw like 85 with 20 inches of like just straight up movement, and you just
I would let it go ball. I'd get walked.
all right. Well, I think we should go on to our next segment. You know, we've had this discussion 5-6 times already, but you know, we get a rack on Instagram. You know, maybe we'll buy a flight and make it happen in the off season. But let's rip the franchise tag deadlines. You know, maybe someone more intelligent than me can start us off
All right,
with this.
I
So,
can start. So the current players that have been franchise tagged are Brian Burns from Panthers from Carolina, Jalen Johnson from Chicago, T. Higgins from Cincinnati, Michael Pittman from Indianapolis, Josh Allen from Jacksonville, Legarius Sneed, and Antone Winfield, as well as Justin Madupi. I don't want to pronounce that name. Matabuke from the Ravens. Those are the current franchise tags as of today. And then, yeah, so we can go off of that.
I think the thing that surprises me the most is that Sneed and Brian Burns are non-exclusive, so they can both look for other deals and also can be traded if they can sign the franchise tag if they want. They can play under it, but they can request a trade. I know that the Chiefs said if Sneed didn't want to play under the tag and wanted a trade, that they would honor that, which I think is crazy. I know they want Chris Jones back, but I think they have a good pass rush. Chris Jones obviously brings a lot to it, but I think you should probably bring back Snead over Jones because Snead and McDuffie were just an unbelievable cornerback duo, and I don't think they win the Super Bowl without both of them.
Yeah, I think they probably just try and replace him in the draft. I think I feel like it'd be harder to replace Chris Jones than Snead. And I gotta plug the Vikes, but if you could trade for him, I guess, but we're already probably trading up for a QB, so we're probably not gonna be able to give up enough for Snead. But just having that shutdown corner, I mean, he's great. But yeah.
Yeah, as a Packer fan, I'm kind of sad to see Anton Winfield. Franchise tag, I really wanted him in the secondary, but
He's really
I've been
good,
saying
man.
that. Yeah, I've been saying that all offseason about Packers secondary will be our biggest problem. I think Darnell Savage we're letting walk, and I saw we're also trying to reconstruct Aaron Jones' contract. That doesn't work. And there's rumors that we might let him walk too. So
I
that would
think
be great. Go ahead.
I did see the report that the Packers did meet with Xavier Worthy after he broke the 40-yard dash record,
Oh,
and I think
saw that.
Tyler Newbin
yeah,
also
Minnesota.
he's a good safety from Minnesota, and I think he should be available in the second round if they really want to go that route of taking Xavier Worthy in the first. I mean, they have a lot of good young receivers. I don't know why they take another one, but seems like their team is fairly well rounded as of now, except for DBs.
Yeah, I
So
feel like the offense is fine. We'll probably drop some of the O linemen in the second or third round or fourth even. Like you said, it's just cleaning up that secondary. We have a lot of people walking. Who knows what's going to happen with Jair still? It'll be interesting to see. I hope he's back. But
What are the options for that? Like, what are the different scenarios with Jair?
I think he's still under contract. So I think for the Packers, it's just making sure he's in the right headspace. And I could be totally wrong in that and could get roasted in the comments, but making sure he doesn't do anything more stupid like the coin toss thing and making sure they're on the same page with the GM and management. But if I'm a betting man, I think he'll be back next year.
I think it'd be stupid if they didn't bring him back. But yeah, I think you might be right with his off the field antics, and I really don't think it's anything crazy. I still think it was kind of stupid that he got, benched for that game for the coin toss thing. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. There's been players do dumber things and still play. So the Packers just clearly don't want that kind of culture in the locker room. So I think if Jair can clean it up, then yeah, you have to keep him. I mean, he's a great corner.
Yeah, luckily Carrington Valentine shut down JJ that game, so who knows?
I can't even.
Maybe
Oh.
maybe if they had Bo next, it would have been different. But
I had to watch Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall, and Josh Dobbs this year, gentlemen.
Hey, Josh Dobbs was killing it in Arizona, and then there's some about Minnesota, man. I don't know.
And just having one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL, you can't even throw to him. Shocker.
and a great tight end and a great rookie wide receiver.
I mean, Jordan Addison surprised me. Tyler thought he was going to be terrible, but he looked.
I never
really
said
good.
that.
Caleb Williams is going to be terrible too, so it's
I never said anything about
Tyler hates on
Jordan
USC
Addison.
players because I kind of like USC football. Tyler was a little
I just think
butthurt.
Caleb Williams is going to be a
He's a
bust.
Pittsburgh Panthers fan, and Caleb Williams stole Jordan Addison from Pitt. So
what's your definition of a bust, may I ask?
he
Doesn't
thinks
live up
Caleb
to
Williams is
expectations. I don't think he's going to have a better rookie season than CJ Stroud does.
Caleb Williams' expectations are basically to take the team who drafts him to the Super Bowl right now. So I mean, yeah, no
It's
one's going
just
to live
to
up to
turn their
those
franchise
expectations.
around, and if he goes to the Bears, that franchise cannot be turned around. They're
I mean,
hopeless.
that doesn't make Caleb Williams a bust though. Like we've talked about how we wanted Fields in Pittsburgh, and you think because Caleb Williams would be bad his first season in Chicago means that he'd be a bust, but you want to take their current starter? Come on, Tyler.
Correct.
There's a logic
Correct.
in that.
Hey, we need
Where's
someone
the-
on the pod that thinks Caleb Williams is going to be a bust, and Tyler's going to play that villain, and we need that. We need that in our life. But is there anything we want to hit on? I know we're going to start like something new with college basketball, our professional teacher Tyler was gonna run through some things, but unless you guys want to hit on anything other, we can move on. But
We'll
We
get
can
better
go
at the
into
bets.
college basketball.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, our
our
bets
bets
are
are-
rocking.
If you guys do follow us on Twitter, make sure to pay pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving
Especially
into college.
Aiden's NBA bets. He's currently, I think, 2-10 or 3-10. So might want to fade those.
sounds pretty good to me.
I want to fade those. Ben is the closest to 500. Otherwise, we're all pretty much fucking it up.
Yeah,
Yep.
in my defense, I do like I'm a safe better, so I do want to rip like Lakers money line at -400, but that's against the rules. So maybe my record would be a little bit better, you know. But yeah, Tyler,
Hey,
why don't you roll
don't
into
come
some
at
W?
me. Come at
Oh
Tyler.
God,
Those are Tyler's fucking rules.
I understand the game, man, and you know you're rigging it for me, but you know
Hey,
I'm literally just
Tyler
playing.
came up
I'm
with
literally
rules.
just playing, bro.
But
I'm playing. That's why I don't gamble. I don't sports gamble unless it's the. I gotta shut up. But the Vikings, like, that's it.
he bets with Vikings.
That's it. I mean, maybe like tonight I'll sprinkle a little money on the Lakers because they're playing the Kings. Like, it's a big game because they're so close in record. But yeah. Obviously, I'm fucking terrible at gambling, guys. That's why I don't gamble. You know, you shouldn't gamble. We need someone to plug that you should gamble.
Tyler.
Tyler, you should be yeah.
Don't gamble.
Tyler's definitely that guy. Don't listen to him. We got the
I said
don't
DraftKings
receipts. We got the DraftKings receipts to show the time.
But we'll move into college basketball here and wrap things up. So Braden's going to be releasing a bracket when the brackets come out, and putting it on all the socials. So if anyone wants to join our bracket challenge, feel free, fill out your bracket, try and beat us. Aiden said whoever wins, he'll Venmo personally $1. So
Whoever wins, you get $10. There you go. I'll bet about $10. Hey,
I thought
but
it was
we
gonna
have
be
to make
season
that college
tickets for the
bets.
Brewers.
All right,
As long as you follow.
We'll all put in $10 as long as you prove that you follow all of our socials. We'll all Venmo you $10 if you win the bracket challenge.
And it's stipulated that you got this far in the podcast, which I guarantee 0.0001% of people will actually make it to this point in the pod. So if you hear us talk about this, send us a DM. We'll get you right if you win. Maybe, you know, if you're here listening right now and you DM QuadPod on Instagram, I'll Venmo you $1. Anyway,
There you go.
Tyler, continue.
So we'll see how that goes out. We do want to touch on college basketball as conference tournaments are starting here. The mid-majors are starting this week. The Power 5 are starting next week. So March is finally here. I love March. March and April are two of the best months
Agreed.
for March Madness and then right into the Masters. So we're not going to talk too much about the tournament, the March Madness tournament tonight, as we don't know the official tournament quite yet. That will be probably next week, or the week after. We'll get more into depth about the tournament, but we can go into conference tournaments. Me and Braden have ourselves a tournament challenge with just conference tournaments where you pick the winner. And who was it who started on Wednesday? Was it the American Athletic Conference? The AAC started Wednesday. I watched a little bit last night. I watched Stetson beat Queens NC. And then today is the Horizon League is starting. Who's all starting? I want to get this correct.
So Tyler, the bracket challenge. Let me get this right. So I go in, you know, I press the link on the socials, and then it takes me into the bracket, and then I just fill it out. Like the one seed's gonna be this 6th or 16th, 12th,
Yeah.
whatever the seed
Yeah,
is.
it'll be
That goes to
it'll be on
championship. It's
ESPN
the
and
normal
public.
thing. Okay, it's like
Yeah.
the normal like bracket setup. Okay.
Yep, normal bracket challenge. Through ESPN, it'll be public and posted on all the socials. When the bracket gets finalized.
So like at the end, it will be like X user won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Good job, boys. Good job.
Yep. So I'm not gonna know all of the conference tournaments that are starting now, to be honest. There's so
I would
many.
hope not, to be honest with you, Tyler.
So we got the ASUN started on the 4th. Oh. No, I don't want to support you.
Tyler,
trying
do
to
you
turn
know if
off my ad
Minnesota's gonna
blocker.
make it? Is Minnesota gonna make it?
They have to do well in the Big Ten, I think. They're kind of on the
Tournament?
bubble right now. Yeah, they have to do well in the Big Ten tournament.
Aren't they like having a
Um,
decent year though?
Yeah, they're having an all right year. They have a big game tonight. So it's a must-win game for them.
Really?
They want to get in.
That's sort of cool
And
how
they're
it comes down to like that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think they're -5 tonight. They're favorited. Tempted to fade them. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? You're gonna fade my ghosts, huh?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's not fading you. I'm just kind of like an Indiana tonight on the money line.
They play Indiana, the Hoosiers.
Indiana, the Hoosiers.
Are they ranked?
No,
Dude,
but
I think Minnesota basketball has been ass for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, they've been.
So it'd be sort of cool. Like that would be the only team like I'd watch in March Madness. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because we're doing the bracket challenge and all that, but I'm just saying like that'd be fun to have like a team to follow. Maybe they upset somewhere or something like that. But,
yeah.
But okay.
But,
Yeah.
currently, all of our bets are looking like trash.
Mine's
except
looking
Ben.
good. Yeah.
Except Ben. Ben's always hitting bets. Braden's is not looking good. Mine hasn't started. Aiden's
Brandon, have you won yet or no?
Yeah, I won 4.
Oh, there we go.
I did have to fade Braden the other night on his Texas. I did Baylor.
Yeah, fuck you, because Texas was killing them in the first half too.
They were, and I live bet Baylor money line. It's senior night, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
But
Were we gonna
Don't give
our
a shit. Fuck
conference?
Scott Drew and fuck Baylor.
yeah,
We're gonna
we
give
should
like
give
our major conference picks. Like I guess I'll go
Yep.
Purdue for Big Ten. UConn for Big East. Say Duke ACC. Big 12. I'll say Kansas. Sorry guys, I jinxed it for you. And Pac-12. Who the hell's even good out of the Pac-12? That's bad. I don't know that.
Arizona is the only team that you can possibly say
Arizona.
for the
All right, the
Pac-12.
Arizona. Those are my 5.
For me, for the Big 12, I'm gonna go with the shocker here. Not Houston. I'm gonna say Iowa State. Actually, I didn't expect them to look this good this year, but they've come out and looked really good so far, and I think they can definitely beat Houston in the conference tournament. For the Pac-12, obviously Arizona. I mean, shouldn't be much of a competition. If Arizona gets beat, it'll be a huge upset. The ACC, I'm gonna go with North Carolina. I think it's gonna come down to North Carolina and Duke, but I think it's gonna be North Carolina. The SEC, seen a lot of people high on Kentucky recently, but I still think Tennessee will get out of that one. And the Big Ten it's Purdue, without a doubt.
We'll go Tennessee too for SEC. I forgot about them.
And then yeah, UConn for theirs, but I wouldn't consider that Power 5 conference, but UConn's dogging everyone, so we'll throw UConn in there as well. And a little extra one too is Gonzaga's finally figured out how to play, so I think they beat St. Mary's, I believe, and win their conference as well.
Okay, I'll go. So for the Big Ten, I have Illinois taking the Big Ten. I don't like Purdue. I don't like Zach Edey. I just hope they lose. SEC, I think I'm gonna have to take Tennessee. Dalton Knecht is just so fucking good. It's unfair how good he is, and it's crazy that he's not gonna win National Player of the Year. Big 12, I'm gonna have a little shocker here too. I think it's gonna be Baylor. Baylor's look solid when that offense is firing. It's very, very hard to beat. Pac-12, Arizona, and then the ACC. I think I'm having North Carolina win that one. I don't know. I just don't like Duke. And I hope to see them lose as well. And then, is that it? Is that all?
Yeah,
Five?
but one last thing, because we know Aiden doesn't watch much college basketball, so probably just agree with most of us on our picks. So
I had some fun to add.
oh, go ahead then.
Okay, so my 30 seconds to a minute slot on the college basketball. I'm gonna shout out my favorite comment of the week on Instagram. Okay, this one comes from I.Zan13. You know, we posted a Patriots video today. What should the Patriots do? You know, we'll see how that one does. You know, it's gotten a lot of views, but we'll see how it does. And he gave me a scenario where he says they should stay at 3, draft Marvin Harrison Jr., sign Russ for 2 years on a vet minimum. Anyway, I responded to him and said, there are a lot of scenarios the Patriots could do this offseason, staying pat and drafting the best wide receiver in the draft is a good idea. Love the take on me, you know, just trying to spread some love and positivity. He goes, I like your scenarios too. Fun times right now for us Pats fans to cook up different things like this. At Buffalo Bills fans, you see that? That's a normal interaction on the internet without being aggressive and mean.
Yeah, don't go on the Packers video. Just bullies on there.
But
Packers videos fully went out of Packers fan. One last thing for college basketball. I think we can all agree if there were awards like comeback player of the year, should go to Kyle Filipowski after his violent
Yep.
attack by Wake Forest fans. Come back and dunk it and have a game like that is incredible after the apparently horrific sprain, broken Achilles rupture, whatever the
They almost had to
happened his
amputate his
ankle.
leg.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he had to be rushed to the hospital. So I'm glad to see him out there doing his thing again and still being a total fuck for Duke.
I sense sarcasm.
No, I'm
Yeah.
being serious.
No, okay.
Yeah. All right, are we getting into the last topic, or are we just calling it there?
no, our favorite topic of the night, gentlemen. We're gonna name
Ooh.
5 female athletes. We all have picked one, and then we're gonna navigate the waters to see which one we like the most. I
So
can
me,
start.
Aiden, and Braden, we have one. Ben made a list of 5. He's more informed on this topic than us. So
I can start. I can start. You know, I had you know, I like a chick that can. What are we doing, bro? I like a girl. I like a girl that can beat me up. I'm going with Ronda Rousey, baby. Mark it.
I got my athlete crush from past 10 years, Paige Sporonic.
Not
You
I don't
wish
know.
she was your cart girl.
I mean, there's something about her that is just attractive to look at. I can't really put my finger on it, but there's just something about it.
This content is not made for kids. Confirmed.
Nope. We're not not
Go ahead,
PG
Brady.
rated. But I'm gonna go with Alex Morgan. You know, a classic. Just a classic.
I was jokingly going to say Danica Patrick.
Go Daddy commercials.
Go Daddy
baby.
commercials.
Ooh.
Liv Dawn, can I say that? Is she in college? Will I get canceled? I mean, I'm right out of college. Am I
No,
gonna
go
say-
ahead.
No,
Go with who you
she's-
want, Ben.
She's
Yeah,
our
she's
age.
very
21.
popular. Seems like a very nice lady too, so I'll pick her.
Yeah, you know, we support female athletes. That's for sure. That is one of our top priorities. You know, when I saw the show is gonna let you play as a girl, you know, I said that is just the best way to help female in sports. Anyway, that was episode 8. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. You know, follow the Insta, follow the Twitter. Braden's putting a lot of time into Twitter. We appreciate it. It's a grind on there, man. It's a grind.